joined now by Marc and Jodie Emery. First of all, congratulations coming back to Canada. How's it feel to be back in Canada?
Been a wonderful 44 hours.
And out of jail. I'm sure your freedom is very much appreciated. Let's just talk about your campaign. You want to have marijuana legalized?
Not only legalized, but we've got the most wonderful opportunity in Canadian history coming up next year to make it legal with just one vote. Just show up.
So why do you want to do that? I mean, is smoking marijuana good for you?
Well, it doesn't matter if it's good for it. The question is, should we go to jail for it? And that's the comparison.
So that's decriminalization.
No. If no one goes to jail for selling, consuming, possessing marijuana, then you have a legal environment. It's legal when there's no punishment, because what the government would have to do is strike it out of the schedule and say marijuana is no longer in the schedule of controlled drugs and substances. So now it's up to the province to regulate how it's sold, and that's exactly what will happen.
So
the provinces and the federal government will come to a deal.
If it's decriminalized, and the provinces say yes, but we want to decriminalize it, but we still want to make it a fine because we don't want to have marijuana in common usage. They
can't do that at the provincial level. Those are all statutory offenses. They're not criminal code violations. Only Parliament can come up with criminal law in Canada.
Let's ask Jodie. Do you agree that smoking marijuana is good for you?
It's good for a lot of people. There's enormous piles of scientific evidence, decades of research being done throughout North America and the world proving that medical marijuana works. That's why it's been accepted. That's why we have legal medical marijuana.
So then you use the word, though, medical marijuana, and a lot of people agree with that, but then there's a recreational marijuana.
Which is preventative use. I mean, recreation means to do healthy activity, and if you can reduce your stress levels by smoking pot, you're adding years to your life because most ailments and illnesses are caused by stress.
To either of you, do you think that you're adding to Justin Trudeau's stress level by saying it should be a big campaign issue next year and he's the champion of it?
It may well add to his stress level, but I will say this, he needs the help. He's the third party in Parliament right now. They only have 40 MPs. They need another 150.
Have you heard from Liberals or from Justin or from anybody in the Liberal Party as to whether they agree or they want your help?
Not head office.
But they need our help, and they're going to get our help. I'm going to make sure we get 1 million extra voters minimum for the Liberal Party of Canada by next year's election. I'm going to bill it
How
as
can you do that?
because I'm going to tell our people, 3-4 million Canadians who consume marijuana, this is a referendum on legalization. It's your one historic opportunity to go to the polls for 25, 30 minutes, one day. Just show up and we can make this happen. We'll never discuss this again at a Canadian election once it's legalized. Solve this problem once and for all.
Are you on the campaign trail then for the next year?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We're going to do a university tour in January, February, 2 months before the election, 30 cities. Every speech I give from now till then, and I'm speaking in Spain, Ireland, Vienna, Prague, and the Netherlands in the next 3 months. We'll be speaking to public officials, elected officials, and people all over the world about the oncoming legalization regime. It's going to happen everywhere. It's not just going to happen in Canada, but it needs to happen in Canada soon because we're going to lose a lot of business to Colorado, Washington, Alaska, and Oregon, all of which will be by the end of this year legal states. The whole
Do you think
West
Canada's ready for it?
Oh, absolutely, they're ready for it.
Long overdue.
Especially the cities. It really doesn't matter what's going on in rural Canada insofar as legalization is.
Rural BC, it's pretty popular.
But they have a lot of, yes, but they have a lot of privacy there. But they also have the most severe regimes of the RCMP. But in the urban environments, everybody knows marijuana needs to be made legal. And that's where the Liberals are going to win the next election. They're going to totally sweep the cities.
And then, if they win, and they don't act on it immediately, how are you going to handle that?
Oh, I'll be irate about that. I expect we'll see a legal regime within 6 months. Because people should be talking about it now, and that's what I'm going to tell people. Nobody in the provincial legislatures is talking about what happens when they're responsible for regulating a legal marijuana regime. They better start talking about it. In Colorado, it took a year to implement it. In Washington State, 18 months. We could have legal marijuana in just over a year in Canada, and the provinces need to be ready about how they're going to regulate that.
It's going to be a fascinating campaign. Jodie, Marc, thanks very much for coming in. We'll probably be chatting again over the election. Look forward to that.
So.
Okay.